Okay, the Kansas State-Oklahoma onside kick. This play generated a lot of discussion on my Twitter feed. It is very complicated, and hopefully with this voiceover, I can, as well as possible, clarify the entire play. Before I start, I'm going to make my pitch to the NCAA rules writers to please be more specific when writing the rules language. Too often the rule itself is vague and the specifics are left to guidance either through approved rulings, which is fine, but also through memos, bulletins, or sometimes just verbally from videos, most of which fans and media have no access. This play is a perfect example. In my Twitter feed, I've noted the specific rules language and approved rulings that do apply here. Please refer to those for the exact language. I'll start by showing the entire play in real time. The ruling on the field is that the ball was not touched illegally prior to going 10 yards, and it was recovered legally by Oklahoma. Mechanically, 7 of the 8 officials cover onside kicks. Touching and illegal blocks by the kicking team are the primary focus, but targeting fouls and illegal blocks below the waist may also occur. 2 primary rules come into play here. It is illegal for the kicking team player to block an opponent before he is legally able to touch the ball by it having gone 10 yards or touched first by a receiving team player. Second, it is illegal for the kicking team player to touch the ball before it goes 10 yards or before it has touched a receiving team player. I'll get into the exception for forced touching later. First, let's cover the blocking. These 2 opposing players are clearly about to actively engage each other. Actively engage is critical here, and it means 2 things. 1, it means it will not be a foul by the kicking team player for blocking early. And 2, if either player touches the football, then the exception for forced touching does not apply. Forced touching requires the player being blocked to be passive at the time of the block. If he is engaged or separating as a result of the engagement, then he would be deemed to have touched the ball. Note, replay may not apply the forced touching exception during review. They may only review whether the ball was or was not touched. Now we see the second Oklahoma player come in and block the opponent before he can legally touch the ball. That receiving team player is clearly not trying to block this second Oklahoma player, so this is a foul for an illegal block. It is reviewable, and replay should have added this foul. The penalty is 5 yards in re-kick or 5 yards added to the end of the play had the receiving team recovered the ball. The head linesman, umpire, center judge, or really either of the backside officials should have seen this and called the foul. Now we go to review, and if there is indisputable video evidence that the ball was touched by an Oklahoma player, then replay can create a foul for illegal touching and give the ball to Kansas State. We see from the low angle from behind the ball bounces off the leg of the Oklahoma player, and replay correctly gave the ball back to Kansas State. So let's summarize. Oklahoma touched the ball illegally before it went 10 yards. The touching was absolutely not forced touching. Oklahoma did commit a foul for illegally blocking prior to being able to touch the ball. Replay should have created this foul. However, it would obviously have been declined. So there you have it, an extremely complicated play. It did have the correct result in the end. Let's hope this helps everyone for the next time this happens.